Hello, everyone. This is Brian again. I just want to do my thoughts on this past Super Bowl between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It was definitely one of the sneakiest Super Bowls in terms of it wasn't like the great Super Bowls as far as Arizona Pittsburgh when it was won in the final seconds. It wasn't like Tennessee St. Louis stopped at the 1 yard line. It wasn't like Seattle New England. A lot of great plays was in that one. But this one was unique and very inspirational is because if you basically the first half was pretty predictable. It's like I felt like we were watching it, waiting for things to just blow up. And what I mean by that is just take off, just back to back. It was none of that. It was like a heavyweight fight. I believe first half was 10-10 for the large portion. Then San Fran got up to 20-10, so I was like, okay, very cool. My team is actually the Baltimore Ravens. I'm a Baltimore native, so that's where my loyalty lies. So when sorry. So here we are, maybe 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and things what was looking for KC. I was talking to some family while we was watching the game, and it was like, okay, well, I guess we're now going to be naming Jimmy Garoppolo along with Steve Young and Joe Montana, I guess, So it wasn't looking good. So I think KC had a barrage of bad plays. Then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes, he threw a 41-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. And it just stunned all of us, like, where did that come from? We know he can do it, but it was like, why are you waiting until now to do it? So I thought maybe he was just padding his stats or what have you, but it was legitimate, 41-yard bomb. It was like 3-4 defenders around Tyreek Hill, and it was like, wow, So that began the 21-0 march that Kansas City came back, and it was quite inspirational. It's like, that's how life is, man. Things are just the same. When I learned that Warren Buffett, he'd been investing ever since he was 11 years old, and he didn't see any significant returns till he was 31. It's like, that's inspirational, okay? It's because, we have a tendency to want things right away or not too long, and that's just how it is. It's like, just when you think things are over, everything's just start opening up, and just watching Kansas City just do that, and we know they could do it is because we watched them do it against Houston. 51-31 is like, what is that? And then they beat Tennessee by basically outscoring them, and it's like, wow, that's pretty good. It's because I didn't see Kansas City defense stopping Henry, Derrick Henry. So and here we are, and it's the same thing. Kansas City was so energized at the end of that game. It was like I was waiting for them to play somebody next week. It's like, wow. So it was really good to see Andy Reid finally get a championship. It's because he went through so much with Philly. I think it was 3 NFC defeats. A lot of them, they were the favorite. So, for him to take two teams to the Super Bowl and finally win, it's like, yeah, man. So as I mentioned, I'm a Ravens fan. So you know, his coordinators under him, John Harbaugh, who was his special teams coach, and then you have Doug Peterson, who won his Super Bowl couple years versus the New England Patriots, the team that Andy Reid couldn't beat back in, I think it was 2004. So it was pretty good to watch all that, and we was all rooting for Andy Reid because he put a lot of time in, a lot of heartbreak. So it was very good to see him win his Super Bowl. But yeah, it was a very inspirational thing. 7 minutes left. 21 unanswered points, 3 touchdowns, unanswered. So, do I feel like San Fran gave the game away? Yeah, a little bit, because who wouldn't want those odds with their running game and their defense? It's like, why not just run the ball as much as possible? They put, I know Stephen A. from ESPN said that this would come up. It's like he was never impressed with Jimmy Garoppolo, and here it is. It's like you give any quarterback up by 10, 7 minutes left to win the Super Bowl, and you can't figure that out, So, San Fran could have won this Super Bowl. They could have won the one back in 2012 versus my Ravens, So, I mean, I feel for San Fran fans, But the way I remember, Joe Montana broke some hearts too, winning some Super Bowls in the final moment. So, that's just how it is, a part of this game. I hate this cliche, but it's true. You win some, you lose some. So. But San Fran's not going anywhere. They won 4 games last year and they won 12 this year. So they're in good hands. I like the job that John Lynch, who has no previous experience of running a team, 3-4 years in, and they're in the Super Bowl. So that's pretty good. So happy for them. So they're not going anywhere. Kansas City is not going anywhere. But the team to legitimately look out for is my Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So we'll see what they'll do in the draft this year and all. But things are looking good. It was a good NFL season. It was a pretty good NFL season. It was a lot of teams who had good records. It's like that's what you look for. You look for clarity. Teams that are going to be good. Teams that they're going to be bad. Don't all this back and forth. Don't do that. People like consistency. We like to know where we stand. So it's really good. So that's my recap, my thoughts and feelings on the Super Bowl. So Patrick Mahomes, yeah, 3rd year. His 2nd year he was an MVP. His 1st year as a starter, MVP. 2nd year as a full-time starter, Super Bowl champ, and the Super Bowl MVP. So, actually, the Super Bowl MVP, I thought they could have given to number 26, Williams, because Mahomes had two interceptions. But I get it. They wouldn't have had that rush at the end if it wasn't for Mahomes. So I get it. All right, everybody. So that's my recap. So try to enjoy the off season. Pay attention to the draft. That's how you miss people like Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. If you don't pay attention to the draft or college football, you don't know who they are. Now, if people want to say they know who Patrick Mahomes is, I don't believe them, because those Texas Tech Red Raiders was not on TV a lot. Okay, so yeah, that's just how it is. It's diamonds in the rough all over the place. So much like myself and those that are watching this video, just diamonds in the rough. And once we get put on, people are just going to say we came out of nowhere. But no, we put in the hard work. We put in the dedication. We did our due diligence. So, All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this video, and you have a blessed day. All right, bye.